Question from John on YouTube. Kyren Williams versus Houston or Emeka Egbuka versus Atlanta for PPR? Suspect, Matthew, you'll go with Kyren Williams.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the Houston Texans defense is really, really good. And you just heard me talk up Emeka Egbuka, but he's the lead running back. Who's more likely to score a touchdown? It's Kyren Williams. I think sometimes we in fantasy football, Jay, get too cute. We overthink things. Kyren Williams is the starting running back that's going to get 18 to 22 touches on a good offense. Like, you're starting Kyren Williams.
Yep.
That would be my take.
I agree there. Okay, let's jump to the hate list, Matthew. We've spoken about the brown gobbler, guzzler, guggler, whatever else you said. How about the Riddler, Calvin Ridley, who goes up against the best cornerback in the NFL, and Patrick Surtain, and a very difficult matchup for the Titans?
Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? I mean, it's just he's being matched up with Surtain and as part of the best defense in the NFL. The game's at Denver as well, which you don't love that as well. The Titans have the lowest implied team total in week number 1. No team allowed fewer touchdowns to opposing wide receivers last year than the Denver Broncos as well. So is he the baby blue Riddler? Maybe, because that's sort of the Titans' color, kind of like that, right? Aren't they like baby blue, powder blue? What color would you say the Titans are?
Yeah, some form of blue. I don't know if baby blue Riddler works.
Blue.
So.
No, but baby blue Riddler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like it. The baby blue Riddler. Yeah, no, it's a terrible nickname. This is why it should stick. The baby blue Riddler makes my hate list. He's out. I think Calvin Ridley has a great year this year, and I'm a ton of teams, but I think he struggles in week 1. He's outside my top 30. The baby blue Riddler will be a puzzling start on Sunday. God bless. Chef's kiss. There you go.
How are you feeling about Calvin Ridley?
For this week, gonna be tough. It not only just because he's going against Pat Surtain, because every cornerback gets beat, but you got Cam Ward, who is great, but his first game at Denver, one of the top 3 real life defenses. It's just going to be interesting. It's going to be hard. They're going to have to just figure things out. So if you have Calvin Ridley, I'll say this. A lot of fantasy teams drafted him as probably their wide receiver 3, maybe wide receiver. So you probably have to start him. You just have to temper the expectations for the overall scope of the Titans offense.
Yeah, another thing too is that even if Cam Ward is good this year, which I think that he probably will be, like these rookie quarterbacks have struggled in week 1. Jaden Daniels lost to the Bucs in week 1 last year. Bo Nix had a tough start to his career. Even CJ Stroud really struggled, I believe, against the Ravens in his first game before that awesome rookie season. Who is your receiver on the hate list, Lawrence?
I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson, another guy. Like Matthew said, he thinks Ridley has a great year. I don't know that Wilson will have a great year. That's like 1,500 yards. But I do think he could have a career year with Justin Fields, just like DJ Moore did a couple years back. The thing about it is we're talking about the Jets versus the Steelers. What 2 teams want to win by running the ball more than these 2 teams? And when they're playing together, it clearly shows in the over-under 38.5 on DraftKings there. That is easily the lowest out of every game this weekend. So I just don't like the matchup. Then you look at the fact that the Steelers brought in Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay. Now, they may not be what they once were, but collectively as a group, you put them with Juan Thornhill, who they also brought in with Joey Porter. That's a tough defensive backfield to deal with. And then your quarterback's dealing with T.J. Watt. So I think Garrett Wilson will go on to have a solid season. Justin Fields will be able to keep him up in fantasy, but this week is going to be tough.
Yep. I'll add Garrett Wilson's brief teammate from last year to the hate list, Davante Adams. I think just very difficult matchup against the Texans, who I think may have the best defense in football this year. Matthew Stafford with the back going up against Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, not ideal. Davante is set 20 yards lower than Puka Nacua this week, Matthew, which I believe is correct.
Yeah, and you know what? They just haven't played that much together, Stafford and Adams as well. So it's a bold call. I will say that and this is important about the hate list, about the love-hate list, right? Which is just that, like, just because you're lowering expectations, you're not saying bench Davante Adams if you have him in a league. Yeah. We're just saying I would lower expectations for Adams this week, and I agree with that call.
Indeed. Raise expectations for tonight. The NFL season kicks off with a historic rivalry as the Eagles host the Cowboys. NFL kickoff presented by YouTube TV, Thursday tonight, 7 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Love-hate quarterbacks coming up next.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.